so in this video I am changing my engine oil, and to make things easier for me, instead of putting the vehicle using a jack to jack up the vehicle, I just drive it on two pieces of 2x6 board, and there's another set of 2x6 board on this side that I drive up on, and I just use that block down there as safety in case anything should happen to the 2x6 board, and another block on the other side. So I will be going to pull the bung to release the oil from the engine. Alright, so as at September 19, 2020, I am changing my engine oil, and the number or the kilometer reading at the time that I am changing is 106,957 kilometers. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is to look at the amount of kilometers traveled between the last time I changed my engine oil and now. So I have written all of this on a piece of paper. Here it is. So the last time I changed my engine oil was Saturday, February 1st, 2020, and the kilometer reading was 100,923 kilometers. Now the present reading, as I have shown you, is 106,957. So I am going to minus the last reading, which is this one, from the present reading to get the amount of kilometers I have traveled before I change my engine oil. So when I minus this bottom figure from this top figure, this is what I am left with: 6,034 kilometers. So what this means is that I traveled 6,034 kilometers before I changed my engine oil. Okay, so this is how I go about determining when to change my engine oil. It is based on the kilometer reading of the vehicle, and I try as much as possible to stay within a 6,000 kilometer range to determine when I should change my engine oil, and I don't go beyond that. If I go to 6,500, that is as much as I would go, but I would not go beyond 6,000 kilometers. Alright, so the evaluation, this is what I do for my vehicle. It all depends on the amount of load that you carry in your vehicle, especially for a 3-cylinder engine vehicle. So I gauge mine based on the amount of load that I carry with regards to the amount of kilometers that I travel before I change my engine oil. So if you know that you carry more load in your vehicle, you can change it earlier than mine, but as I said before, it is because of the amount of load that I carry. That is why I change it at this distance in the kilometer reading, and that is it for me. Alright, so I already opened the bung. Here it is. There it is. So I'm just using my finger to screw it off, and I'm going to do this off camera so that at least I don't have any oil splashing on the camera. It will be going into this container right here. Alright, so the oil is basically drained. It's still draining, just a small amount dripping in the oil pan right here. So what I'm going to do is to open the filter right there. That's the filter. So I remove the filter from here, and this is the housing that the filter goes into, and this is the oil that comes out of the vehicle. Really black. You can see that it really needed to be changed. Right, so what I am doing is to get rid of the dirt particles that are stuck in this filter compartment, and there are some little sections here that I'm using the straw to dig the dirt particles away, so that the dirt, this old dirt particle, does not get stuck in the new filter when I replace the new filter in this compartment. So you have to do this at times whenever you notice there are dirt particles stuck in here, so that you ensure that you have a clean system working with. Alright, so I am removing the old rubber seal. I had picked it up somewhat from the filter compartment, so I'm just removing it. Alright, it's difficult using the one hand, so I'm going to finish doing this off camera. Alright, so this is the old rubber seal. This is the new one that I'm taking from the box, and I'm gonna place this rubber seal over the oil filter compartment here. So I'm gonna place it over it, but before I do that, I'm gonna take some oil, some fresh oil, and rub it over the rubber, and then I'm gonna coat the area where the rubber is going to be placed in right here with some of the fresh oil. Alright, so here I am coating the rubber, the new rubber seal, with the fresh engine oil, and as you put the engine oil on the rubber seal, you coat it right around. So ensure that this is done, and this will help to prevent leak when the filter compartment is screwed up into the section where the filter goes. Alright, so that should be it. Alright, so the next thing is that after finish oiling the area, I'm gonna put the filter in the space here where it's supposed to go. So here's a new filter. I'm just gonna press fit it. That's it. And then the next thing is that I'm gonna screw it back into the section where this should go. So I'm screwing back the bung here, and afterwards I'm gonna screw back the filter in the compartment. I'm going to wait until I'm finished screwing the filter, then I tighten everything together. It is also necessary that here where the filter goes, you use a piece of clean cloth and you wipe it out to get rid of the dirty oil that may settle there, or any dirt that may settle in this area. So you just wipe it out with a piece of clean cloth. What I also do is to get some clean oil and wipe it in the area where the new filter will go, and this will ensure that the rubber seal that is placed on the filter compartment moves freely up into this area, and it does not rub against a dry area, so that it does not create any tear on the rubber, to ensure that the integrity of the rubber remains intact. So this new oil will help to allow, whenever you're screwing up the new filter and the filter compartment, ensure that the rubber moves freely along this section so that the integrity of the rubber remains. Okay, so here I have the filter compartment up. I'm screwing it up, and I will do this and then get back to this afterwards. After finish screwing it up, I'll tighten up everything down here, and then we move to the top where I'm going to pour the oil into the vehicle. Alright, since everything under the vehicle is tight, next thing to do, or is replaced, next thing to do is to pour the oil. Alright, so pour in the oil. And I will do this until the maximum level on the dipstick is reached, and then I will get back. Okay, so it's time to check the dipstick to see how far the oil is. Let me bring that up close so that we can look at it. All right, it's a bit hard to see. It's a bit hard to see. I'll bring it up a little closer. Hard to see, but the oil is basically at the last marker here, right there. So it is good enough and okay. So this is my oil change, and what I do with the empty bottles and the oil that came out of the vehicle, I just pour this in the empty bottles and then pass it on to a gas station to dispose of it in the proper way. So if you find this video interesting, please subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have yourself a nice time.